Oh, and welcome, guys. Welcome to more fantasy predictions. Last time I uploaded was, I believe, on a Thursday, and I am back now on Sunday uploading more fantasy predictions. This is for ESL ESEA Week 9, Day 2 for European leagues, not North American leagues this time. I decided to mix it up. And real quick, I do want to say that if you do want to sign up for Vulcun, if you use my code, ThatGuyChaos, or link is in the description, and you don't have to worry about using any codes, when you use my code, they will give you, they will match the amount of gold that you deposit. So, like, if you I think the minimum is $5, and so if you deposit $5, they will match that $5, and which is pretty nice. So then you have $10 instead of $5 to do fantasy with. And they will give you 15 free cases and keys for CSGO, so you can open them up, see what cases or see what skins you get, and it's completely free added in. So that's really nice of them. I'm really happy that they're doing that. And so yeah, that offer is still valid. And if you signed up but didn't, like, a lot of you ask me, hey, I signed up like a few days ago before you offered this. It's still valid to you if you haven't deposited anything yet. So if you haven't deposited anything but you signed up before, I now say it still works for you, but you do have to deposit to get this offer. And yeah, so it was really nice of them, and that's yeah, pretty much it. So this is kind of my roster right here. If you want to pause the video, you don't care about the explanation, you can just go ahead and do that right now. Just pause and look it over. Oh, actually, I do want to say I forgot to click it, but next is my shot caller, just so you guys know. So that is my roster. Now let's get into the explanation. So obviously there were tons of games today, and every team here is playing 2 or 3 games. Now obviously I will take priority on the teams that are playing 3 games rather than 2s, but you know, the difference between 2 and 3 games, if you're playing a tough opponent, isn't really a big deal. So the first player I went with was Tabson, who plays for Pentasports. He is, yeah, probably the second best player on the team. Obviously, this season he's been averaging the second most points, and he's only 1165, so I decided to go with him. Previously, I had Crystal, but I actually had a little bit of money left over, so I decided to upgrade and go with Tabson, like at the end after I had my whole roster. So that's what I went with there, just because Pentasports is playing SK, and they are also playing, as you can see up here, Dignitas. So they're playing SK and Dignitas, which are the 2 worst teams in Europe, well, in this league right now. So the fact that they're playing them makes me confident that they will get plenty of points if I play Tabson. So then RPK, I went over to Titan and picked up RPK. He's a mid-level player on Titan. The main reason I picked him up is because he's a value player. He's only $1,060, but he's very consistent, and he will almost always get you about 40 points, and he's playing 2 games, so, excuse me there. Man, I am, like, hiccuping like crazy. I'm blocking it out so you guys can't hear it, but I have the hiccups right now. So I picked up RPK because he's a good value add. For only 1,060, he is a good pickup. Then I went over to Virtus Pro, because the Virtus Pro players are typically a little cheaper for some reason. And I picked up Bialy, who is definitely the best player, and I picked up Taz, who is a good value add. He's another value add. And then, like I said, Bialy is probably the best player on Virtus Pro right now, and so that's why I went with these 2, because Virtus Pro is playing 3 games, and they're playing kind of not so good teams. Then we go down to Nip, wherever Nip is, right here, and I picked up Exist because, again, he's kind of a mid-level guy, but he's very consistent. I like these consistent players because I know what I'm getting. I don't like to have too many risky players. I have a couple on here. I have NBK and Apex who are a bit risky, and I'll talk about them in a second. But I went with Exist. He is the best, or not the best, I'm sorry. He's probably the best value add. Freiburg is decent, but Freiburg isn't too consistent. He can have really good games, but sometimes he can also have really bad games. So that's why I decided to go with Exist. And for $12.73, it's a pretty good price for a pickup. Then I went over to Envious because Envious is playing 3 games, and they are obviously the best team in the world right now, I'd say. So I went with NBK and Apex, the 2 best players, or not the 2 best players, but the 2 highest averaging points players on this team. The NBK and Apex are both a bit risky because they do have kind of off days, but in over the course of 3 games, they are going to average probably, you know, 45 to 55 points around there. As you can see, their season averages are 46 and 50. and they will probably average that out over the 3 games. So that's why I think they are also a very good pickup. And for their price, they are much cheaper than Kenny S and Happy, who, while they're very flashy, aren't as consistent and don't get as many kills over the long run. And then finally, I went to Mouse Sports and picked up Next. He's the best player, and he is one of the top 5 players in the world right now. He's been playing really, really well, and he is the most expensive player I picked up. But from Mouse Sports is playing Envious, and they are playing Hellraisers, which I believe that they will go and play very well against Hellraisers. They're also playing TSM, so they're playing 3 games. 2 of them are against tough teams, but against Hellraisers, I think that Next will have a great game. And yeah, so that's why I went with them. So those are my predictions, guys. Be sure to sign up with the code ThatGuyChaos, or you can click the link in the description and not have to worry about any code. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a like if you did, and subscribe for more daily predictions on fantasy and CSGO launch predictions. I will see you guys later.